Let's be real. Networking probably isn't at the forefront of your mind right now. You're just trying to survive your public speaking class without feeling nauseous or trying to finish your essay that's due the next day. But picture this, the future you walking across the stage at graduation, not having to worry about finding a job because you networked with other people and landed a job. Doesn't that sound nice? But now the question is, where do you begin? Hi guys, my name is Carla, and today I'm going to be breaking down 7 simple networking tips you can start doing while you're in college. Now, if the idea of networking is intimidating to you, introvert self, you're not alone. But with a little motivation and dedication, you can actually start building your circle of network during your everyday activities like conversing with your professors and even your classmates. Your professors may have taught quite a few bright students in the past, and odds are they may still be in touch with some of their former students. Sometimes those former students will email their former professors with links to job openings. By you actually talking to your professors, it keeps your name in the back of their minds when this question arises of needing to find a job. And sure, today your classmates may be wearing their pajamas to lecture and look like they just got out of bed. But who knows where they might land after graduation. Wouldn't it be nice to build a relationship with them now? One day they might just work at your dream company and you can say, "Hey, remember me from your calculus class?" The next tip is getting involved on campus. There are a number of benefits when it comes to getting involved on campus. You'll make friends, add another item to your resume, and of course build your network. There are a ton of ways to get involved on campus, like clubs, sororities, fraternities, sports, you name it. Not only will you be able to connect with a number of other students, but you'll also be able to connect with speakers, advisors, and mentors. If your campus has a networking fair or a job fair, go. That's the school's way of literally handing you a plate full of contacts that you can network with. And chances are, your campus has a career center full of free resources. And you might be thinking, do I really need these resources? Well, yes, you actually do. This next tip involves taking a trip to your campus career center. You can find internships or jobs posted by alumni, get tips on how to build your online presence, participate in mock job interviews, which are so helpful by the way, and learn about upcoming job fairs. Even if you aren't actively looking for a job right now, it can't hurt to stop by these job fairs. Shake hands with company recruiters, give them your resume, have conversations, and learn what's going on in their industry. Tip number 4 involves developing your online presence. If the idea of talking to strangers makes your hands a little sweaty, don't worry. You can also network from behind your computer. You can start by building your online presence through LinkedIn. Now, depending on your industry, you might also want to make a website or start an online portfolio. This is typically for people wanting to go into art, interior designing, or whatever field that requires a lot of testimonials. You can also leverage social media as long as your profiles are pristine and a professional's eye. Now, your school might even have an alumni group on Facebook, and these can certainly be helpful. Typically, alumni will post job openings to help their fellow undergrads. And honestly, establishing a networking connection can happen anywhere. Tip number 5 includes being open to new connections. Maybe you're waiting in the line at the cafeteria and you overhear a professor talking about something that you are familiar with. Well, then there's your chance to politely chime in. Or if you're in line at the school coffee shop and you hear a fellow student chatting about a guest lecturer, there are always opportunities to network. You just have to be willing to put yourself out there and start conversing. You never know what could happen, and the worst that could happen is that they never talk to you again. But the best thing that could happen is that you get a great job opportunity just for striking a conversation. And this brings me to tip number 6, which is don't be afraid to make the first move. Confidence can go a long way. Don't treat networking like a game of who can make the most connections or how many resumes you can pass around. Instead, genuinely take interest in who you're talking to, who they are, and what they do. Try to remember important information about them. And if you're having trouble keeping a conversation flowing, start asking some thoughtful questions like, how did you get the position you currently have? Or what does your day-to-day look like? or any advice for a young person who's looking to get into your industry. And last but not least, number 7, which is maintaining your network. I can't emphasize enough that networking is more than collecting business cards, passing out resumes, and sending requests on LinkedIn. It's hard work, and you'll want to invest some time in maintaining your network. If you meet someone at a job fair, shoot them an email afterwards saying it was a pleasure meeting them. Even if they don't have your ideal position available right now, let them know you'd appreciate the time they took to talk to you. And if you really want them to remember you, add in something personal you learned from them while the two of you were conversing. This will not only show that you paid attention, but that you also learned something valuable from them. So those are my 7 tips when it comes to networking in college. Remember to always be yourself and don't be afraid to strike up a conversation at any moment. You never know what one conversation can lead to. Be authentic, be humble, and things will surely work out for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.